Hi, welcome back to Canvas. I'm your guest host Tharrshini, and today I will be painting a scene from the movie Pulp Fiction. So what I've already done is I've sketched out the drawing of the two people out on the canvas, and what I'm doing now is I'm just outlining it because later on when I have the background painting going on at the back, it would just cover up the pencil lining, so I need it to be more prominent, and that's why I'm doing this whole outline thing. So this character that I'm tracing out right now is Thurman. She's the heroine in this movie, and this would be John Travolta. So I'm going to start off with the yellow paint, and this whole painting is just going to go in a circular motion. So that's what I'll be doing throughout the video. So I want to start with a yellow base because that's pretty much what the sun looks like, right? So I'm just going to go round and round with it. And this whole color palette would just be of a sun shade. So it'll be yellow, orange, red-ish kind of color going on. And then I also want to get like a darker hint of yellow, but not exactly too dark. So it's going to be a bit of brown in it. And then what I'm doing is I'm using red, a lighter shade of red. Not exactly light, but somewhat light, a light red. So what you're going to do after you have three colors is just get all the colors on the canvas board before you actually start blending in and making it look real. So this whole process, like the whole in-between process, is going to look ugly. It's just going to look like you don't know why you even started this whole painting, because that's how I honestly felt. My friends were watching me do this and I couldn't complain more about how terrible this is going to look. So that actually is the whole process. This is the whole point of painting. You just have to trust the process, keep going, and then just hope that it'll actually turn out good. So that's what I'm doing here. So I'm just gonna keep going in circles with the paintbrush. Then I'm gonna switch paintbrushes, see which is comfortable for you, honestly, because I switch between a round brush and a flat brush. So you just see which one works for you. For me personally, I like the flat brush for this particular technique that I'm trying to go for. So that's what I'm doing. But when you're trying to get into like a certain detail, then you would want to go with a round brush. And then what you're going to do in the end is that you have to get the red to look like it's not standing on its own, because that's technically the base color, but you don't want it to look too red because the sun doesn't look like that. So you're going to get brown, yellow, just keep going on and on and on with just those colors. And then sooner or later, it probably might just look okay. And most important thing when you're painting is to just have your friends around, because they're going to tell you whether it looks nice or not. Or if you can't, you just put it from a distance and then you just see whether it's blending out well. Never ever judge a painting too close, because it's just going to look crappy and you're just not going to like it. So here's a tip to admire a painting, is to stand from far. And the finishing bit would be white. You want to use white in the end because it will actually play a big role in your painting. Like what you just saw, I had to use a tissue paper because it was just too much, so you don't want to do that. And then you get the other colors back in, and I think I'm almost done. Okay, so now that we're done with the background, I'm going in with the characters. So what I've done here, actually, initially, like I used a glossy finish acrylic paint, and now I'm just going over with a matte finish acrylic paint, just so that the characters stand out. And in this whole, the next half of this video, it will just be the shade of black and white, because that's what these characters wore during the movie. So it actually makes it a lot more easier. So if you're a beginner and if you want to try something like this, I suggest you go for something that's of one color or two colors max, and then maybe you can try on more colors into your painting later on. But to start off, I always go with black, or maybe you can go with white, it's up to you, but you want to start off with those two colors first. And when you're getting into details, I suggest you use a very, very tiny brush. There are micro brushes that you do not understand why do they even exist, but it actually comes very handy when you're trying to reach small areas, small details. So I suggest you use a micro brush. I'm naming it micro brush. I don't think it's called micro brush, but I'm just gonna call it micro brush. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to finish it up with the white paint part. And if you can't see if your background painting overlapped your drawing, what you can do is use your phone, turn on the flashlight, put it under the canvas, and then you can actually see your painting properly, your drawing properly, I mean. Yeah, you can see it more clearer, and that would help you paint. So that's a tip in case you can't see, unless you have proper lighting or those things, then maybe you can use that. But yeah, that's a tip, to use light behind your canvas in case you can't see your drawings, because I tend to go through that a lot, so based on experience. So now that I'm almost done with my painting, just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking through for 10 minutes, I'm guessing 10 minutes of this video. I hope y'all do try to paint at home. You do not need parent supervision, so feel free, use any acrylic paints. All you need is just a paintbrush, acrylic paints and water, and you can actually paint on any surface. By the way, acrylic paints work on any surface, so you can always try to paint on, maybe not paint on anything, but something that, I don't know, you just don't upset your parents. Okay, so this is it, guys. This is the finished painting. As you can see, the whole background just blended in well, and then there's the two characters. Please make sure you like, share and subscribe to the channel, and comment what your favorite movie scene is, and who knows, I may paint it for you.